Thursday night is here again, a little after 10:15. The wife's asleep, the children too. That leaves a man with one thing to do. Bring out the laptop, it's time for your date. Settle in and learn your fantasy fate. With a bang, Eddie welcomes you in. He turns his hat, then it's time to begin. The week that was, you might rather forget. Who is the dud and who is the jet? Start the weekend with a dose of the anchor, and laugh your ass off at weekly wanker. Like Federer down at the cots, here's your serve of Thursday thoughts. Like a hobo eating his watts, here's your fill of Thursday thoughts. Like a fat guy putting on shorts, you'll split your sides at Thursday thoughts.
Welcome back for episode 4, or 3.5, whichever you prefer. These half rounds give me the right royal shits. Regardless, it's fucking fantastic to be back. How good is the footy? Finally gives the weekend some purpose again. With a massive hole in the middle of this week's episode, with no match reviews to be done, the management have actually contacted me and told me they had the perfect slot filler for this week's show. Being the top bloke that I am, I'm more than happy to share the spotlight with another up-and-comer. This opinion piece is on the back of draft night drinking games. Every time a player with a beard was drafted, it was time to drink up, bitches. Apart from Chris and Matt, who had a tall sip of their coke from their bendy straws. First time I've ever made a wisecrack about teetotaling, mates, and Andy didn't even get a mention. He was actually drinking as well. Consider that your Christmas present, Andy. Now, the lad they've sent me, his name is Damon, and we've put him out on the road to decide once and for all who has the number one beard in the AFL. Here's the new segment, Flamin' with Damon. Oh my god, it is so amazing to be here. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I've got my own show. Wow, I mean, like, when Eddie approached me to do an opinion piece on his show, I was all like, first thoughts, I'll give you an opinion on your piece, big boy. just joshing, wow. These are really going to my head. Wow. Listen, I'm here to bring a little bit of Hollywood to this show. Some pizzazz, some snap, crackle, pop. You know, when Eddie's busy focusing on all those numbers and stuff that they're busy with, I'll have my very keen eye on what's trending, what's hashtag, what's in vogue. Wow, this cherry daiquiri has gone straight to my head. Better than my thighs, though. The bartender asked if I wanted a cherry in the glass, and I was like, honey, at my age, I'll take a cherry wherever I can get it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Eddie will be cranky pants me if I run overtime. This week, we are looking at the top 5 beards of the AFL. Beard, bit of facial hair, a little bit of stubble, a little bit of manly growth, you know. They've been hitting the catwalk more and more, and we need to find out who really sports them the best. Number 5, we got Charlie Dixon. I love his name, oh my. If only he and Dean Cox were free tonight. He's been growing this one for years, and his shaved head just makes it go pop. At number 4, little Katie Simpson. Doesn't he just look adorable? He reminds me of a Papa Smurf when he was a little kid. It's so well groomed, hopefully like the rest of him. Number 3, oh my, buddy, what have you done? A beautiful face like that should never be hidden behind scruff like that. Tisk, tisk. At number 2, Big Willie Schofield. Oh my, did I just say Big Willie? This drink must really be going to my head. I guess that's why the boy gets up at number 2. And at number 1 beard in the AFL, everybody's favourite, Justin Westhoff. He reminds me so much of my boyfriend, He's always saying he's just in. Oh, bye for now.
Well, when management said they had the perfect slot filler, I didn't think they meant literally. Nonetheless, that's Flamin' with Damon. Alright, well, let's move back onto the footy. Free agent of the week. Now, it's only a half week. Last week we went with Reece Shaw and we missed out a little bit. He only ended up on about 80 points. But I've got a winner for you this week. Based on pre-season form alone, it's hard to go past the forgotten midfield points machine in Matt Rosa. Like the rest of his team, was hugely down on output last year, but his pre-season form this year, if that's any indication, a rise in output from the stars of the Eagles is leading to a trickle down of points to the outside runners. He looks rock hard fit. Get on Matt Rosa this week. Now, move on to the Wizards' predictions. As we promised, this year we are challenging the Wizard to see the true ability of the man. Let's see if he's actually got any psychic knowledge up there, or whether it's all just hocus pocus. We headed out on the road this week to get this week's prediction.
We need the weekly prediction. Who's going to be the sub in the North Melbourne game?
Probably Robin Nahas.
Robin Nahas, there it is.
Well, as we speak, probably one of the benefits of doing a late episode of Thursday Thoughts this week, I can tell you that the word has just come down the wire that Lee Adams is in fact the sub for this week. It makes the Wiz 0 from 1. Not quite time to give up your day job as head chicken taster at Woolies there, mate. No psychic future for you there. Not the real John Edwards. Alright, we move on to this week's episode of The Meat Market. Well, I actually think we've already had the meat market about 15 minutes ago. Anyway, for the first time in the Thunderdome since its inception, we've had a tradeless week. I suspect next week the trades will be coming thick and fast from teams who dropped their points in the first round. Now, it would not be Thursday Thoughts late on a Friday afternoon, completely against what the theme song says. This is certainly not 9:45 on a Thursday night. Wouldn't be Thursday Thoughts without this week's Eddie Anchor's Weekly Wanker. Even in a shitty half week like this week, we can't have a week without another wanker being crowned. This week we actually had a nomination sent in from one of our loyal viewers, which, before I carry on, rocketed up 200% to a total of 25 views last week. I don't know what sort of crazes are watching this rubbish, but keep it up. If one person is laughing in Ukraine at the man with the funny hat and the silly song, that warms Eddie's heart. Speaking of Ukraine, I don't know what their problem is. They had a good run, but it's over. I don't know what they're whinging about. Geez, cry me a river. Back to the wanker. We've been sent some on-location footage of a man who was recently hired as the mechanical engineer for Malaysian Airlines. Good thing the landing gear wasn't important though, because he seems completely incapable of changing a tyre on his ute. Reports came through that different jacks, 12 of them, 12 different jacks were trialled and failed in an effort to get the car in the air. Finally, roadside assistance was called and he was on his way. Here is the incredible footage of one man and his struggle with a simple car jack. Oh dearie me, Matty. Look at the state of that. Matt, if you're going to be that incapable of working with your hands, how the hell are you going to be a carpenter? Do like I do. Get an ship and leave it to the professionals, mate. For that pathetic effort, you are Eddie Anchor's weekly wanker. Eddie out! Have a cracking weekend!